Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. This is Andrea from DINKs with Debt. We're a double income, no kids family on a quest to take control of our finances and pay off our consumer debt. When you joined us last time, if you're returning, you have already seen our 2025 debt confession. And my husband and I had sat down and looked at our bank statements, credit card statements, and had identified how many payments were going out every month. We didn't realize that we had so many cards. I think it added up to like 19 or 20 credit cards. And our minimum monthly payment that we were sending out the door was almost $3,000. We currently find ourselves in almost $100,000 of credit card debt, and we don't want to be. We have some goals that need us to use this financial vehicle to be able to achieve those goals. And we're trying to figure this out as we go and trying to share what we learn. If you're trying to take care of your finances, we just want to make sure that you have as much information as we have learned. So I had been searching for some budget sheets that I could use to kind of get our, day-to-day finance, or I guess month-to-month finances in order. And I found these on the Budget Mom's website. She had some printables that you can go onto her website and just print off for free. And one of those was this fixed expenses worksheet. It gives you a chart with the expense description, due date, amount, how it's paid, frequency, and the budget category. And so we're going to be using this one in our next video to go into detail what all of these expenses are. For today, I wanted to just kind of give you some big numbers, I guess, some general numbers to, I guess, kind of show you what I've learned over the past couple of days. And I have to admit, it's not good. So one thing I think that you can just kind of know as you're doing this, as you're digging out of your situation, it's going to be scary. It's going to seem overwhelming, but know that there are so many people out there that have done this before and have a lot of information and encouragement so that they can help you through the process too. So while my husband and I were getting our debts in order, at least our consumer debts in order, we had kind of come up with some, general, I guess, groupings of what our expenses and things are. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and chew gum at the same time, I guess. And so we kind of already have an idea of what, some of these areas are. And so I'll go over these just to kind of give you all an idea of what we're up against, or at least what our monthly budgets are made of. So our first area we're going to do is our income. So as I mentioned, my husband and I are two working adults. We work full-time. And so we will expect $4,979 out of the first income. The second income, we're expecting about $4,500, and this one is an estimate, but that leaves us with a total expected income of $9,479. For our fixed expenses, we have a mortgage, And we have utilities and transportation. And so this is kind of one big lump group of, you know, expenses or whatever is in here. This is going to include things like our gas, water, sewer, phone, internet. It'll also include things like gas for the vehicles, toll tags or toll road expenses. And so there's quite a bit that's kind of lumped into that group. But we have $1,700 for the mortgage, $1,603 for utilities and transportation. Our next under variable expenses is our subscriptions and services. And so this is going to be things like our lawn care, our pest control. It could be, you know, under subscriptions, our Hulu, Apple Play, Disney Plus, all that kind of stuff. May also include things like our hobbies. Some hobbies have, you know, monthly membership fees or that kind of thing. And so that one will be listed under subscriptions and services as well. And we have personal expenses to round it out. So subscriptions and services ends up being $327 a month. Our food ends up being $1,250. Our personal expenses, I think these are a little out of order, are $300. Our medical is going to be $235. That includes things like copays and prescriptions. And then unplanned, we have a $100 buffer. For our debt, you saw in our debt confession that just in credit cards alone, we have consumer debt of $29.30 leaving the household every month. My husband also has a truck payment, and that is $403. And then I have a student loan, and so that is $142. We do have savings goals that we try to hit, and so we are building up our emergency fund. We also established this year that we wanted to have a Christmas fund, and I know what Dave Ramsey would say about that. He would say that if you have consumer debt or any other debts, you should not have a Christmas fund. There's supposed to be no fun to be had while you're in debt. And I don't agree with that at all. So that's not something that we are going to be doing. We may not be taking like lavish vacations or different things like that, but our Christmas fund helps fund our travel to visit my family, which, you know, they all live several hours away. More than several hours, it's almost 10 hours away. So this provides for our gas in the vehicles to get there, hotels, meals while we're gone. So that's not something that I'm willing to you know, take out of the budget at this time. But this gives us a total monthly expenses expected for the month of January of $9,555. And so you can see we have a little bit of an issue here. If our income we're expecting is $9,479, but our expenses are $9,555, that's going to leave us negative by $76. And so we have some decisions to make, just, you know, off of this very rough estimate of our income versus expenses. There are some things that I know will be a little bit adjusted. So we try to take the lower end of my husband's income of what's expected. So this likely will be a little bit higher, by maybe $200-300. Also, the expenses for utilities and transportation, I'm pretty sure we can look at the gas and tolls again to see if there's something that we can cut out or try to lower those some. The big glaring one that I think most people will be screaming at the television about or the computer screen is going to be our food budget. And I will confess that we, often do things for convenience. So that will include like restaurants when we didn't plan to eat out. So, that's something that we just need to have more discipline about cooking and meal prepping and that kind of thing. So that we can cut this down, pretty significantly. We do have, like I said, a budgeted amount for unplanned expenses, and I'm not sure if we should cut this out. I kind of feel like wiggle room is helpful, but I'm not sure if that's something that, should be taken out just yet, or if we should try to finesse the rest of the numbers to make things work. If we did take that out, then we would only be, we would actually be positive $24 if everything else went right. So, that's kind of hard to say. There may be other areas where we can take it out, like our personal expenses. Maybe we cut this down from $100 a piece to $50 a piece, or, something like that. So, again, the savings, those are things that we would like to bump up in the future. We're currently, pretty low on our savings. And I think for my comfort level, I want to get to where we are sending maybe 10% of our income into savings. I think that would be great. But we are not there currently. So as we pay down some of this consumer debt, that is the next goal, that we'll be able to fund a month ahead of all of our expenses, and then work on that 3 to 6 month long-term savings. So this is where we are currently. I know there are some categories that are missing. I've seen, some other people put things like clothing or shoes, or donations or tithing or charitable contributions, or, something to that effect. And so those usually just come out of, personal expenses, depending on what the, donation or gift or whatever it might be, it could come out of some other area. So maybe we should be planning for that differently. So currently this is where we are. I just wanted to go over these numbers with you really quickly, and hopefully you can give me some pointers or heads up what I should include in here, or what you think is a category that's too high, beyond, the ones that I've kind of pointed out. And then in the next video, I'll make sure to break down, line by line, I think line items of what these different things are, like utilities and transportations, all the different bills and different, things that we've accounted for. And, then maybe we can kind of massage the numbers some to make it fit our goals. The main thing is that we need to start, chunking down our debts, and that's the big one. So the sooner we can get rid of some of these, the more wiggle room we have to send money elsewhere, hopefully into savings. So, all right, well, thank you for joining me today. Like I said, this is Dinks with Debt, and if you are interested in following our journey, make sure that you subscribe to our channel, like and share. If you know anybody who's in our same boat and maybe interested in our story and how we're digging ourselves out of our debt, feel free to share it with them. And then if, like I said, if you have a budget category that maybe I don't have on my budget sheet, leave a comment below. Let me know what we should be planning for. I would also appreciate it if you'd like to leave a positive message or just some encouragement. That would be really great. And we're Dinks with Debt. I hope you'll join us next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.